Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome. Let me know if my AC is a little too loud. Give me a ring. Give me a ping. Give me a sing. Hello. Hello, how are you? It's been a minute since we have been streaming. And with all of the recent Hellblade stuff going on, I was like, let's cash in. Let's chase some trends. Let's, you know, do this stuff. And, yeah, why not? What the heck? I just installed it. I just installed it yesterday just to make sure that I had it. So, I've got Kyle Bossman over here. He's looking as normal as ever. How are you guys doing tonight? What are you up to? How are you doing? See, now that I've got light on, I can see all of the dirty stuff that my glasses are doing. Every last one of them. Whew! Been editing Cyberpunk all day. It's a little over 25 minutes long at the moment. I'm expecting it to be just shy of 2 hours. And if you are a Patreon patron, you'll get a 72-hour, 3-day access for being a supporter. So, yeah, pretty cool. Q&A just went up last night, so you can check a look at that too. I know, this is usually what I should be doing ahead of time. That's why I put you guys on pause before I really get going. Alright. Let's do it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna light a candle. Where are my matches? I had some matches. Hang on. I've got matches. They're nearby. Struggle! It's Babe's matchbook. I'm gonna light some candles, light some fires, kick some tires, as they say. Yeah, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, there we go. I got it. It is Saturday. Hard to believe that it is Saturday. Getting it done. I'm just gonna keep that out. That sounds like a good idea. Alright, well, I don't see any chat going on. What the heck? Someone should type something into the chat so that I know that it's here. Where are we at? Hello! Oh my god, why isn't there? Just been hell diving today. Got more work tomorrow. Campaign shirts and what not? What campaign shirts? What's that? Can you not hear me? You should be able to hear me. My voice. Country Mouse, welcome. Hello. Sorry, I was on. What was I on? I was on Top Chat. Good. I'm glad. I was on like Top Chat or whatever, and it was giving me nothing. Oh, for what? For what campaign? Like a D&D campaign, political campaign? What you got? Skeptic. I knew it. Well, we're not going to play Helldivers, but we are going to play Hellblade, and because they because they share so many letters, you know, they're basically going to be the same game. Let's where are we at? It'd be cool to have a stream deck, but it's not important. Let's bring up this thing. There we go. Game Pass helps a bit there. I know! I'm excited. I'm here as opposed to being there at the kickoff tonight. But, boy, am I glad. I'm going to switch my monitor over so that I can actually play the game. Right, it's really good to see her. Yeah, Hellblade 2 and Helldivers 2 are identical. You know it, dude. Exactly. You know it. Tetris, Grand Theft Auto both have a T in them. Same game. Same game. Adjust the brightness until the image below is barely visible. Well, is there another one? Oh yeah. Okay. I've got a big lamp pointing at me, so you know I can't be sitting it too dark in here. And actually, before I get too crazy in here, if you are a Patreon supporter, I'm gonna hop in the thing that I do. The barbecue. Let's hop in there. Yeah, you can come and chat live on the stream, because that is just dope. Alright. Barbecue. There we go. Barbecue. Mouse. Oh, I've missed you. We're definitely doing subtitles. Half transparent. I love these accessibility games right off the bat. Okay. I don't like this default font energy here. Roxy, what are you doing? Go sit down. Thank you. Here we go. Sup? Sup, mouse? How's that cheese going? That is a logo. Ooh, water. I remember this was very much an award-winning game. They said 2017. I remember the podcast talking about it, at least the Beastcast talking about it way back in the day.
Who are you?
I did not play the first one. Orzine, hello. How you doing, buddy?
You're safe with me.
Bummer we can't hang out, but it's good to see you.
Nice and close.
I haven't played either of these games. I know they're relatively short adventures. I just watched High Functioning Medium's review
Her story has already come to an end.
about this. And it's like, oh, okay. All right. Eating some pizza. Where are you getting your pizza from? You get it locally? You're getting a chain? What you doing? Oh, I got camera control. Look at these title cards. And I do know that a chunk of this is
Oh, how rude of me.
supposed to be reflective of her mental health and her struggles as she's going through this terrible time. Pete's game volume's a little quiet. Let's bring it up.
That's not quite true. Some are old.
Let me know how that is.
Change.
Yeah, we got Slice 420 up the road, so, you know, we could just grab some
I think
pizza.
the darkness changed them, just like it changed her.
They actually brought, like, pepperoni pizza from Slice 420, and one of my neighbors was like,
Isn't she looking?
I don't know, I've never had Slice 420 before, and I didn't care for this,
Up ahead.
so I guess I'm not going to go again. I'm like, bruh,
You see it too.
you don't go to, I mean, they make good pizza, but you're not there for their pepperoni, man. You're there for their gourmet, their specialty stuff.
In the land of mist and
Dusk
fog,
Raven, welcome.
the place the Northmen
Welcome.
hell.
Good to see the crowds hanging around.
It's not safe. Go back. It's not safe.
I actually tried Louise again the other day for the first time in years. It was pretty good. It's been a minute. I keep telling Mouse that Louise is dope. Every time my mom's up here, she's like, I gotta get the cheesy bread. And I basically just put a bag of cheese and melt it on top of the
Look
bread
around and you will see
and
them.
put in the marinara and whatever. And
The drowned, the sick, the slain. Here they lie, rotting.
like that.
This is not a place of
Hang
rest.
on, is there...
Go back.
Why did I see...
They're going to do that to you. Can you see them? Can you see them? They're going to do that to you.
Oh, and in controls, we gotta do... Yes. Okay. That's much better. Louise is great. We actually did Jets the other day. They're new in town. I know they're a chain. They specialize in Detroit style pizzas, and I thought that was great.
Stop. Can you feel them watching?
They had some great pizza.
They're watching her.
Look at her subtitles. If they're watching her subtitles, I don't get it.
You're so close to the darkness. Go back. Can you feel it?
Jets, exactly. They're so solid, they
What is she
fly
thinking?
away. Put 'em.
She's afraid. Wouldn't you be? You'd think she would get used to it by now.
Might as well call it Thunderbirds Pizza, if you know what I mean.
The darkness. It just builds.
Or like
onto
Air
itself,
Force Pizza, if you know what I
Stronger.
mean.
towering over her.
Yeah, that's a vector there.
You might try and ignore it.
It received a
Turn away.
3 out of 4 in our house. Like, is that
It's always there,
3
just out of sight.
glowing and 1 indifferent,
most
or is that
vulnerable.
like everyone rating it 3
It's
stars
like
out
it
of
knows
4?
that just enough light is all you need to see its suffocating power.
Little mouse. I think yep, I remember that.
You might think she's
I
brave
think
to
she
go
was
on
like, "This is the
journey
worst
on her
pizza
own,
I've ever had."
But it isn't bravery that drives her.
Yeah.
Bravery
good.
only means something to those afraid of death.
It was a little pricey though.
Senua's fear runs far deeper.
No, not right now, Colorado Springs. How would you do that? Alright. This is by Ninja Theory, the British developer known for Enslaved and that PS3 exclusive that was very interesting. And 2 Hellblade games. Oh, and Devil May Cry, the Western remake.
I know what she's thinking. I hear her thoughts.
I hope Xbox doesn't close Ninja Theory next. So the news was, because everyone was obviously wondering about that, myself included, was that
No
they've
one
got
will
like
ever
2
know.
projects. Why would you kick
She
the
heard
boat?
us.
They have 2 projects in development right now, so they're
There's no
okay
going back.
at the moment. But yeah, it's a little scary over there.
You can't.
As far as
Senua pushes away a world
some
that
other
conspired to
studios.
cause so much suffering.
I just want where's Double Fine?
There's
Bring me my
nothing
next
to go
Double
back
Fine
to.
game.
And worse to look
People don't
forward
talk
to.
enough about Psychonauts 2, and that is myself included.
Why don't you join us?
Because I did not play Psychonauts.
Maybe you too have a part to play in this story.
I played the Psychonauts, the first Psychonauts, all the way back during my 24-hour help me pay for rent in 2021, and A, was a pain to set up because I was playing it on PC, trying to run a stream on here, but 2, or B, there's so many different collectibles for it. Oh, that's very much it.
Look really clear.
Go through the muck.
Focus, and you'll see.
Projects don't guarantee safety, but that's good to hear. Yeah, you're right. Yep, it's true. We'll see. You know, every console needs their experimental, weird, cinematic thing, whether it's Hellblade or whatever. Leaving me a voicemail on Saturday night. I'm not hearing it. Where in the world are my subtitles? Is there really none happened yet? Because I keep hearing mumbles. I'm not colorblind, thankfully, but I am in the neighborhood of it. Yes. Performance, oh, whatever. Yeah, the studios that were closed were studios that were like mid-project and didn't continue their stuff, so it was like,
The darkness is coming. Yearns for life. Hungers for it. Like a pack of wolves on a hunt.
wobbly air here.
But she's not stopping.
Reminds me a lot of Alan Wake. I haven't played the sequel, but definitely the original. Oh,
Not this time.
that's a burp.
Can you see it?
I'm super low now.
The land of mist and fog.
Or the Elgato.
The old fool was right.
You see it?
What was it he said?
Do I gotta talk louder?
The river of knives across which lies the halls of hell.
Hmm.
The place they call
Boost this up too.
Helheim.
He's lost. He's lost.
Snowball. Is that better? Is this better? I'm putting it up. Let's do 15. Let's do 15 of these.
He's there, you know.
There's no doubt about
He's
it.
lost.
The source of the darkness is in Helheim. And the goddess Hela holds his soul there. Her dear beloved.
Alright, well, let's go to the wooden bird and
Dear
figure
Lord.
that out. Vikings.
What is she doing?
It's very pretty.
Why is she doing this? Why doesn't she
Very
tell
pretty
him?
game.
She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him. He's already dead. His soul is in Helheim. His soul still lives.
That.
She needs to save his soul.
Well, yeah,
She
obviously
needs
it's
to
made
save
out of
him.
wood.
She needs to lay him to rest.
What other bird could it
He's
be?
already dead. She can save him. There's nothing she can do.
A timber hawk?
She's going to save him. She's going to save him.
She'll never make it to Helheim.
She cannot let him rot here. She needs to try. Do you know where
The
you
bridge
are?
to Helheim. I forget its name. She forgets too. But she does remember
Look
that
at
only
you.
the dead may cross it.
Water.
That part wasn't so easy to forget.
People have issues with quote-unquote walking simulators,
The
but
old
I
fool
do
said
not.
there was a hidden path up to it. Let's see, shall we?
Face Full of Eyes just did a video on Firewatch, and that was definitely a game. I actually did a briefly about it 7 years ago. First game and second one, yeah. I've heard that too. I've heard the second one's kind of padded out, and they've been working on the game forever. Well, I expected a thing of gold coins over here, but I guess not. Let's hold down the left shoulder. What you got over here? Ooh, we got stairs. Assume these are our checkpoints. Been running this whole time, but that's okay. I feel like there's an entire UI that should be here, or elements that should be here, and they are not.
That's it, that's it. That's the way.
But then I've heard that these games prefer to not have a UI at all.
Quickly, come quick.
This isn't right.
You have to turn back.
Turn around.
Get down.
What's she waiting for?
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Walking sim is used pretty. There really aren't many of them. No, because unless you're a dinky, small, you know, studio, you're not gonna make one. Yeah,
Do you know where you
but
are?
Firewatch, like, there was
Where else?
stuff going on, you know. I don't know why it worked then, but it didn't work the other time. But okay.
Turn around.
So brave.
Why did she do that? She shouldn't have done it. You can't go back
Remember
now.
Dear Esther?
No, this is it.
That was a
Hidden path.
game with some fun-ass psychedelic caves to wander around. Some digital blasphemy-ass. Wallpaper-looking stuff. Yeah? Yep, same guys, right?
He's going to hurt you.
It's dangerous.
Don't kill me. I'm not one of them. Don't listen. I was just hiding. I find I live longer that way. Don't listen. Never let the bastards catch me again. Never! Wait. Who are you? It's just a memory.
Druth? Is that you?
My tales of the Northmen. They call me Druth. Liar. An old fool. Druth is my truth.
I'm just saying yeah all the time.
It's good to see you again. You kept your vow.
Guide you in this life and the next. I will tell you my stories of hell
Well, if it's not going to give me subtitles, at least I'll crank up the audio.
with you.
Tell me your stories again, old friend. I'm listening.
The runes seal the gates to hell. Focus your inner eye, and you too will see what's
The mixed in live action stuff actually works here astonishing well enough. Well, the Millers would be more than happy
Hold it in
to
your
agree with
mind's
you.
eye. Find one like it to open the gate.
Yeah.
It's just like you'll never find it, isn't it? He's not real.
I sucked at these puzzles when I played it. Lol.
It's near
Hey, what's up, Yahoo? How you doing,
towards the
man?
gate. And the gate?
I'm not the greatest at puzzles, you know. But you know. I heard the sequel has a bunch of these. There's just gotta be more down here in the cave, right?
You've got to go.
At least they let you figure it out, though. Yeah. Was it behaving now? Is that what it's doing? There's been some interesting puzzle solving that's gone on in this
The gate is open. Go through the
on
gate.
this
Go through
program
it.
in years past.
Follow it.
What's behind the gate?
Where would it
Played
take
through the
you?
entirety of the dig on this channel.
It worked.
It's raining already.
I spent 6 years enslaved in hell. But I watched the Northmen. Learned their ways.
I know you did.
You listened when everyone else laughed.
That's right.
My people paid a heavy price.
I want to deliver fury.
Carry my stories with you. And together we will make the Northmen feel our fury.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like standing on wet logs during a downpour next to a waterfall.
Another voice joins us. She once tried to make them go away. Pretend they weren't real. But what good is that? When we are always here.
You know, Tomb Raider was like this, but it had guns. A lot of precarious planks and stuff. I've only played a little bit of the original remake. Yes, I know. That sounds absurd.
I guess it's the same with heights. You can stand on the edge.
God of War
Pretend it's
Ragnarok,
going to be okay.
amazing game, but your companions
But you
tell you
know
how to
that
solve
death
environmental
is
puzzles in
near.
about 5 seconds. It's
Waiting for you
infuriating.
to make
I bet.
A little slip.
I bet.
Can't just wish things away.
It's like, come on, let me screw up a little bit, and then I'll reach out to you for help.
The world of the dead is ruled by the giantess.
But I imagine, you know,
daughter
you
of
spend
Loki.
9
The gods
digits
feared her bloodline.
on a
Vowed
game,
never to get much
building
worse
a
than
game,
fathers.
and you put it
So,
through those
as a
test
child,
audiences,
The All-Father
and it's
cast her
like,
down
you
into
cannot
hell
have
and
people
gave her
stopping
power over
for
those who
any
die of
amount of
sickness,
time whatsoever,
age, hardships,
or they will
and
fall off
self-slaughter.
and they will not tell their friends by us.
In all of the
If
9
you're
worlds,
not
only Hela
trucking
can
through this
resurrect the
game,
dead.
there's a 33% less
To
chance
Hela,
that they'll
your
recommend it to their
Dillion
friends,
was
and that's
sacrificed.
$70 billion in
With
lost
her,
revenue.
You must bargain.
I'm looking forward to seeing how the Riven remake remaster turns out. Yeah, especially since the graphical fidelity isn't there. I bet the puzzles are still going to be obscure as shit, which was always a problem with that game. Ooh, look at me getting achievements. Into the gate. Through that complex environment outside.
Stay back.
Look at it.
You have to
God of War veteran since the very first game. Just give me a minute. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't want people falling off. I get that. It was too fast to give us. Well, they don't make games for us anymore. Go buy a strategy guide if you have problems. Get the Prima guide.
She must find him.
There was actually that fun little last couple years of the Prima guide where you would like activate it online and get a digital companion map and whatever. Like, we know it's the future. We know we can't just sell a print publication in 2014 anymore. Do you want to buy a strategy guide for Modern Warfare 2 in 2009? Like, that game is over in 5 minutes.
You took him from me.
Oh, and be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. At least hit the like on the stream there.
Let him go.
Algorithm, you know, algorithms and stuff.
I'll give you what you want. I won't resist it. Just give him back.
Oh no. No, I need that hand. Alright, well, I don't know if Alright, I don't... Good.
He's down. Finish. He's finished.
No.
Don't give up. Don't give up.
No, don't... Are you any good at Souls game, or do you enjoy them at all? No and no. I have Elden Ring. I've played it for half a dozen hours. And I've got to basically start over at this point. Because, like, yeah, those are not the games for me at all. Those are some emerald eyes. Look at those. Yeah. I don't begrudge anyone for liking them. It's just, ugh. Oh, who cares about the daily quest?
A vision of what's to come.
I was never one of those like hardcore NES fans. It's like, I gotta play a game that's really, really hard. Like,
The
no.
darkness does not bargain. It does not reason. It is wrought. And now it has taken hold.
Ouch.
It will spread towards her head, the seat of the soul, until there is nothing left of her. her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
Okay. The dark rot will grow each time you fail. Threat reaches Senua's head. Your quest is over. And all progress will be lost. Whew.
The hardest battles are fought in the mind. That is what Dillian taught her. With every defeat.
Roguelites in that, Dead Cells, Enter the Gungeon, those are awesome. Hello, College Mouse. Welcome.
But for now, at least,
Let's
she
get
still
all
has
the
control
mice
of
in
her
here.
mind.
Good to see you. How are you?
And
Are
she
you
will
enjoying
fulfill
this
her
rough and
vow,
tumble weather that we've been having?
whatever the cost.
It's very pretty. I went out for a walk this morning, it was sunny. I took the dogs out, it was cloudy. After that, it was sunny. I took out the dogs again, it's cloudy again. Like, what are you even doing?
Listen to me, Senua. The goddess Hela lies behind the gate to Helheim. To open the gate, you must first face the gods that guard it. The god of fire, Surt, and the god of illusion, Valravan. Spill their blood to open the gate to Helheim and enter the land of the dead.
It won't open.
How will she get through? Why won't it open? Why can't she? And she needs to challenge the god.
She has to fight two gods first.
Two gods.
Two gates.
Which will she choose first? One of them will kill her, I know.
Oh, and on these streams I've played plenty of Brotato, and that's a roguelike.
Which one will she challenge first?
Be very careful, Senua.
Choose a gate, Senua.
Two gates.
Surt, the fire giant, has answered. He comes from a land older than mankind. And the Northmen call upon his flaming sword to raise their enemies to the ground. Find him, Senua, and spill his blood.
She found the wretched old fool on her way back from the wilds. An outcast.
That's some clear
Badly
looking water.
burnt all over.
It's like jello.
She took pity on him, for he was not long for this world. Like her,
Welcome everybody to the stream. We're playing this game. It's called the Hellblade.
the North.
It involves Satan getting involved in a band, and to be very careful. Guard your hearts. Keep your holy scriptures next to you, because this is a Hellblade. And flowers. They got flowers in hell, or maybe the blades from hell. If you have a PC that can run it, you should really try Returnal. It's a stuff. I'm aware of that, but I also understand that it is extremely difficult, and I am not that good at video games. That is no. But Jacob Geller had a very spoiler-heavy essay about it last year or the year before. It was like, that seems really dope. If only that weren't a game that would totally kick my butt.
It's nearly over.
Take that.
Hurt, there's blood.
Good. Take that. I'm going to get that new AMD ATI machine after this new page 20. Are you're doing an AMD ATI machine? It's honestly, even though the Nvidia cards are expensive, there's so much support for them. There's so much support. And there's so many. Alright, we're just gonna run down here. Yeah, Returnal does look really cool. But yeah, like Enter the Gungeon had that kind of bullet hell thing going on, and that was cool for that, but I never made it beyond, was it like level 3 or something like that? Level 3 or 4. Nuclear Throne kicked my butt back in the day. Great game though. And but yeah, I am not the one with the twitchy precision control hands. None of that. Then I'll be playing those modern games all good. Yeah, I want to. This machine is almost 8 years old. It would be dope to replace it. I think that would be amazing. Alright, we're doing this thing. New York. We need to find New York.
I can still smell
Sweet, sickly stench.
There's a
burning
keyboard and
human
mouse,
flesh.
KM.
And I still hear their cries carried in the wind.
Oh.
Hear them too.
Give me some hints, buddy.
Yes, I heard their screams, and I still hear them now.
Oh, I saw it. See it? Oh no, that's just. Oh yeah, let's get the force perspective here.
You can hear the noise.
No, that's the part we're looking for. Nvidia is the reason machines that are garbage right now too. Excited for Shadow of the Entry. Beat Elden Ring through New Game Plus and any new challenge. Yeah, like you superheroes and your friggin' game playing. Like I haven't beat Hades once, and that's supposed to be a game where they give you enough skills and stuff to actually be able to beat it.
You can hear the noise.
Alright, we got new. New's good. Alright, let's get York. Where ya at? Where ya at, York? And I know that Hades is a game that you want to beat like 20 billion times. Oh, let me get a little closer to the mic. There we go. That seems better. Yeah, you want to beat Hades 20 million times so that you can get the whole story, and that game beats my butt too. So like, what the heck? Just not feeling like giving Nvidia the monopoly of all graphics technology. You don't want to give them your money? Well, why not? They're working hard for you. They can do AI. Can your computer do AI? I think that's a great question, Orzine. What good is a computer unless it can do AI? If it can't generate, a dragon sushi chef in a King Supers. Give me a couple of those. I want to be able to generate bullshit, basically. I want to be able to have an answer about how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. Right? Oh, I'm so close. Oh, I'm so close. Nope. I'm supposed to be close. No. come on. Really? You're not gonna give me that? Oh, you suck. You're gonna give me it? Are you gonna give me it? Are you gonna give me that? No? Come on. Hola, señor. ¿Cómo estás? Come on. No, you guys are right. Come on. I feel like I'm really close. Do I need to step? Where's, oh, no, I can't. I can step. Ah, are you serious? So dumb. I'm like, I know I'm on top. Ooh. No. Yes. Yes. No. I'm missing. Missing.
Are they screwed?
Come on. With From Software new game plus 7 beating the games with their games stop scaling up to there, so there's nowhere else to go until die. Wait. Here we go.
The path to Hellheim is sealed to the living. But you already
Excited for new Doom 2? I'm pumped. You know, I played the remake. I couldn't get into it really. That arena platform. I had fun with it. I got to hell, and then that was it. But I didn't play Eternal. I played Doom 3 back in the day. To completion. Yeah, that's not really what I'm going for.
When they first came to my lands, I knew enough of their tongue to beg for mercy, and they took me as a slave. I wish now that they had slaughtered me like the others. I rode their storm of fire, death, and slavery to many lands. This darkness you speak of, I know it well.
And I'm still here to
Doom 2016 kind of worked, but I think it falls flat. Doom Eternal was more your speed. Yeah, I heard people didn't like the combat puzzle thing of using this gun against this enemy or this weapon against this enemy or whatever, counters and stuff like that. Which I don't even know how that really works with if you have, like, say, limited ammo for a particular weapon. Because I know in RPGs and immersive sims, if you don't have ammo for that weapon, guess what? Ain't using it. So I do feel like I'm doing a lot of walking in this game, though. Solving a lot of perspective puzzles. The best Doom is a dead Doom. I feel like I keep screwing up the timing on the parry there, and it doesn't give me quite enough time to. So all I gotta do is spam right attack and I'll be alright.
You're close.
I don't want to die right there.
She's so weak. She's so weak. They can see you're weak. Quickly get up.
No, don't do it. Doom 3 was pretty cool, if not quite the fast-paced corridor shooter that's yeah. But as someone who didn't really play like a whole lot of the first two Dooms, when Doom 3 came out, I was like, yeah, sure, I get it. Eat some poop, dude. Ow. Oh my god. Get up. It's not over, it's not over, no.
It's not over. It's not over. Come this far. End it now.
Got you, you jerks. I remember playing Doom 3 on my brother's computer. Yes, and it did okay until I beat whoever the last boss of hell is. And then I had to bring the graphics down to basically, at that point, all the enemies without the normal mapping, which kind of looked like blobs, like low poly blobs. But then, when I built my computer in early 2005, it was like, hey yo, I'm not going to play Doom 3 again. And that was a good decision, because I played Half-Life 2 again. That's right, I played Half-Life 2. Because that was the best game of that year. That is a game, that is a, you know, that's one of those games that changes the world. There's a flame. Alright, we'll go through the door here. 'Cause I like going through doors. Fires lifting up and dying and whatever they're gonna do. Wouldn't mind getting a copy of the floppy version for my 486. I guess. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like, unless you're installing Windows 98 on the 95 floppies, why even bother? I also recall playing Half-Life on a Dell that couldn't handle... that, you know what? That really brings me back to when system requirements were not just a necessity, but a way of life. Because if you literally didn't have what it said, the game, you'd have to turn it down to basically just gray box. And, yeah, that's a no. That's a no. I came up this way. Am I supposed to go back? I mean, I feel like I'm missing something here. Really do. That's not unusual. That's right. Well, let's step into the fire. How's that sound? We'll just do that. Oh. That's seriously Olmec from Legends of the Hidden Temple, bro. Uh-oh. Sorry, Senua, I have a... Gotta... Yeah, but does Doom 1 and Doom 2 and Doom Eternal come in floppies? And I think the answer is no. Like, you should have an order form where you gotta send in... I can't remember how many floppies they have. No, I did. What the heck? That's not cool at all. Potato settings, yes. Alright, I'm running for my life. Alright, let's go.
Hell will not give you the answers you want. But you mustn't look away from the horrors it does offer. Because you cannot overcome suffering if you refuse to look at it.
Okay, well, now we're back in Skyrim.
How will she get through?
She'll need to find another way.
Truth and scent. Find your own path.
There's always another way.
There's always a way.
Find your own way.
You just have to.
Alright, let's
find
go the
it.
other way. It's gonna give us a fork.
He's waiting. Scent
Is waiting on you.
Find him.
The pyre.
Yes, that's right. I want that save. I can play Doom 1 shareware just fine on my 66 486, so that's not an issue. Yeah, I would expect not. What did we have? We had a 486, I think 33 or 35, something like that. So there were definitely games that we ran into that we could not play. Red Alert ran poorly. The original Red Alert.
To follow the path to Surt.
Wow. Wow. Hang on. All right. We are in a forest. I want Red Alert back so bad. They have it. They did the remaster back in 2020. Went back and even found a lot of the AI upscaled the cutscenes and stuff, and I think it worked. But you can get the first 2 games together in a pack in the remastered, and I reviewed the original, but I did not play Red Alert yet. But no, that's back, and they for in-game parts they actually up-resed all the assets and stuff, so you can switch between them. Yeah, go grab that. Now, if you're talking about a sequel to that, well, good luck there. I want like Joku Khan as not Kane. What remastering Command and Conquer did was remind me how poorly balanced that game is. It just does it, and it reminded me how well the Blizzard games were. You know, Warcraft 2 at that time, StarCraft a little bit later on. You know, not selecting the entire screen of units and sending it over in mammoth tanks and stuff. Oh, generals. That's like the one I really couldn't get into. They did a was it 10th anniversary edition that had like all of them, and it came with like 20 billion CD keys, and it came with Renegade, which was the first-person shooter.
The Northmen made fire sacrifices, burning slaves like me to reveal the path to Surt. I searched for meaning in their suffering, in their
So if
eyes.
I run the gold
They just
seems to
scream
flare up a little.
like helpless pigs.
Look at these logs. They're just sitting here, being logs. Don't forget to hit that like button, you guys. Do it. Do it to it. Actually, I'm sure there's got to be a thing over here that we gotta... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Give me that power. Let's do it. Let's get out of here. Ooh, we're gonna avoid those guys. Oh yeah. Anyone who reviewed this game from a stream doesn't know what the hell they're talking about, because I do not know what's going on at all. Really? This is definitely not the ideal environment to play.
Do your gods answer your prayers, Senua? I asked the gods for mercy, all of them, even theirs. None answered. In the end, I set myself free. Defy the gods, Senua! Find your own, like I find mine!
My gods abandoned me!
Red Alert, Soviets and Allies. No, yeah. Soviets and Allies. That's certainly a thing. Ooh, let's get our XR, our iPhone, MXR. Here we go. DXR.
The Northmen of Hell worship the Devourers, insatiable gods of darkness. I come from Erin, Senua, where I once followed my own gods, the Tuatha De Danann.
Why did you abandon your gods?
Senua, I was a man of knowledge, a warrior. To survive, I did things. Bad things.
Like you, Senua. The man I once was has died. And when that happens, even gods you worship can die with you.
Good news, kids. We're now considered a nuclear threat. Exactly. Why wouldn't you? I'm glad this thing provides hints about where you should go with the forced perspective stuff. Like, clearly, there's some R stuff going on. Ooh, ooh. On top of it. I know I am.
Secrets.
Okay. Then I gotta hop down to that. All right, R. Let's get it done. No. No, I gotta go back over here. Gotta get more excited. Yeah, Renegade. My goodness, that was a game. Watching our buddy play it, I was like, well, I'm glad I watched this. I don't know if I would have the interest in playing it myself, and it turns out I did not. Well, it's always got to be facing the sun, right? Go through the barn house again. Let's get up on top. Do the thing. Yes, go carefully across that thatched roof. RDRR. Where'd my DX go? What? Oh. That's fucking weird. I just saw it. Where the heck is it? Are they wanting... They're wanting me to use... Or do they? Hey guys, I've got a cat. Have you guys seen a cat before? This is the first cat that has ever existed. Die. Grabs, what do you have to? Oh no, don't do that. Well, I guess it's fair that this is not where the MX is anyway, so who cares? Let's go see where the thing is, so that we can do this stuff. Oh, here we go. So no, you don't have to look at, you know. Oh, so close. That felt like cheating a little bit, but whatever. I'm not gonna fight it.
Here's the secret.
What's everyone doing this weekend now that it's June? God, how is it June? Criminy. I'm continuing to edit Cyberpunk. It is coming along. It's great so far. I'm excited to show you guys this. And of course, if you are a Patreon supporter, you get early access to the goods. 72-hour early access to the new reviews. So early access to it. So go check it out. Or you can be a YouTube member. It's basically a mirror of the assistant producer role from Patreon. So gaming, printing, and messing around with the backyard. Ooh, backyards. Let's go down this convenient, fiery path. Alright, nope. Go to the door. Nope, that's not a door. Okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. Headphones are required. Well, let me bring it back down. Yo, I ain't got time for no freaking headphones. But yes, I would be getting more of the story and what's going on, so that's understandable. Sup, Baldy? Welcome. I am in the thingy bobber. Yeah, in the barbecue. So everybody hop on over. Yeah. Come on over, buddy. That is Kyle Bossman. That is not the content I am trying to see right now. We'll be there in a few. Alright. Finally started Far Cry 6, and I'm just not even sure about it right now. It's not bad per se, but it's not Far Cry 3 or 5 levels of fun and engaging. Yeah, I played it on stream a couple months ago, and I was surprised, especially since I was in the middle of playing Cyberpunk, at how simple and sanded down and approachable it was. I mean, it felt like going through that field, that initial field there with the flamethrower, just felt like, you know, the setting that pot grow on fire in 3. And it's like they're just recycling the stuff we've already seen. I was hoping my second VGA scaler box would arrive this weekend, but no such luck. What do you need a VGA scaler box for? Alright, I'm gonna balance on the beam next time. Got D&D tomorrow night. Yeah. Yeah, we gotta go around the backside. Alright, we're balancing. We're balancing good. We're doing it. Yep. We're good at it. Yep. Alright, we got it. Yeah, here we go. Oh god, it's like we just keep doing this again. Do it. Ah! Stop it. Stop it. Nope, nope. Let's get through this hell maze.
Good. Let it collapse, and have the courage to shed your tears.
Raise your word to the cry!
Only then, as with a newborn,
Yeah.
will you see.
Lots of missing features that were even in Far Cry 5. Very odd choices were made, but they got Giancarlo Esposito, bro. How do you win awards unless you put Giancarlo Esposito in your game? You know, 4-dimensional chess. Let's go. Love the animation on the characters. That is one thing that this game nails, is just how freaking pretty it is. Now, as a game, that I don't know. Not quite there. I was watching the reviews for the sequel. I kept being reminded of Remedy and Alan Wake, because Alan Wake is not a game that I enjoyed playing, but it was a good story that I enjoyed experiencing. So I was like, all right. D&D tomorrow night. Other than that, probably gonna try and get Descent 1 on. Ooh, nice. That's a fun game to play co-op. Started playing Tunic as well. Probably just focus on that instead of Far Cry 6. I watched the No Clip Crew has a developer breakdown on the look of Tunic and the stuff that he did, and it is really neat. For capturing from my older PC. Oh, got capturing footage in that. That is an elaborate. It's like a Mister at this point. Like you're basically building an FPGA-based console and sending all that raw out to the wherever. Yeah, all right, that's fine. I got you. I got you. Oh. Not a lot of game, but the story is solid. Hellblade 2, unfortunately, is even less game than this. Yeah, I definitely feel like in streaming without headphones, you know, the full thing in here, I'm missing chunks of what this game is, which is a good thing. That is blurrier than I would like. Like you can lick the pixels on there, buddy. Look at that. But come on, this is a 7-year-old game. Yeah. I'm not going to give it too much shit. I guess I was expecting him to expand on combat, not to not rein it in. I don't know if more combat is what I want out of this experience. Hey, that's a Norse something or another. That's what I'm always saying. Hair animation is hard, so I give the animators congrats. Yeah. I mean, they did God, what was that PS3 game they did with the ninjas? Not ninjas. But the lady had big, huge red hair. And Andy Serkis. Don't you know Andy Serkis? Alright, I guess we're not doing anything back here. I mean, if the combat felt better and not necessarily more of it. Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. Are you gonna do what I need? You're gonna do the things? Wait, what are we doing? There we go. I figured it out. I have an HDMI to USB capture adapter now and it works. Just need a proper scaler. Yes, Heavenly Sword, exactly. Yeah, I remember that was one of Yahtzee's first reviews back in the day. Oh, look. CD Projekt Red. Must have been some big Witcher fans in here. I don't know, guys. I don't know about this gameplay loop. Honestly, I really don't.
Once I found my purpose, I was no longer enslaved.
Tell me true. How did you escape through the darkness?
Once I found my purpose, I was no longer enslaved to the suffering I had to endure to reach it.
Yep.
Unclouded by fear, I could see it clearly in others.
I gotta pee. Look at me. I gotta pee. Oh.
I took my chance and ran, knowing that they would not follow. The fool ran into the fire. Free. They left me for dead. Maybe they were right to. But here I am. Free.
Oh, come on. That's easy pie. Oh, I gotta go down and look up. Yeah, you can't just have a freaking Norse symbol on a building like that. I have fond memories of Heavenly Sword. I wonder how well it holds up. I remember that was like you know, one of their big cinematic games from, you know, kind of the early days. Is that early days? That was 2009. That was a couple years in. That was definitely a couple years in. Didn't they have, I want to say they had some 6-axis stuff that they did with it, if I remember right. And that controller was awful. DualShock 3 was trash. One of the worst controllers ever. Like, not better than the GameCube. Alright, what do we got? Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are you leading me? I wonder if they used a person to make the animation. I don't remember the job. If it was... Well, I'm sure that, like... Yeah, they had motion capture in that. In fact, Senua here was actually an animator at Heavenly Sword. No acting experience. And they brought her on to do... She tried out and got the role. But I know that all the, you know, hair stuff is being done by simulation. Orzi knows all about that. Especially going against the 360 controller, the difference was astonishing. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And the DualShock 3 felt like it weighed like 3 grams. You know, it was like empty, like one of those cheap toy controllers that you get, and it's got the 700 games in it that were clearly pirated. But I remember playing the 360 at E3 when they were hooked up to those Mac towers, and it was like, wow. They did some changes. That guide button was a huge tweak. Huge tweak. Alright, where the hell is this thing? Where you at? Where you at? Where is this thing? Come on. Mm-hmm. I gotta be close. Gotta be. Oh, no. No? Have you found any glitches yet? I don't know. The whole game is so enveloping, and I can't say that I have. The lack of subtitles working. Subtitles would be dope. That's probably a huge problem too. I literally told it I want subtitles, and it's like, no, never. I bet if I quit out and came back in, it would let me do it. But that would be cheating, wouldn't it? Where the heck is this stupid thing? Well, it's got to be telling me something if the rune isn't moving to the center of the screen. Yeah. It's really trying to help me out here. Hey, there's the woodpecker. Hey, how you doing? How are we all the way back here? Blech. Is there a thing in the ground? Is that what it is? No? The flag? DualSense is honestly the first PlayStation controller that's felt really good. The PS4 one? I mean, yeah, that's a great controller. Where are you? Almost. Almost. It taught me earlier that the stuff can be in the ground too.
Good evening.
Well, Baldy, hello. Welcome to the fold, as Filter once said.
Oh, great track. Underrated.
That whole album, really.
Yeah. They had a new one out last year. Just didn't quite do it for me. Otherwise, I was really excited for them. How's it going here? What are we playing?
We're playing the Hellish Blade. I think it's a blade from hell, or we go to hell as a result of handling this blade, or whatever's going on here. But
And
yeah,
we kill vampires because blade.
No, but definitely zombie mental Norsemen. All right, where the heck is this? I've got to be close. Where is this stupid thing? People are like screaming at me and not telling me where this dumb thing is at. Is it in the heart?
Yeah.
Is it on the?
When I first tuned in here, you were doing a different thing, and when you hit that firewalking scene where you were balancing over the fire,
on the beam.
I could barely hear what you were saying when you were talking because it was all fire and cackling screams. So.
Oh yeah, is it sounding better?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I pressed the levers just right. All right, it looked like I was in the right spot back there, so it's got to be something over here. These forced perspective things.
This is
I
giving
don't
me
know.
Resident Evil vibes. Is that the same company?
No, these guys did the remake of Devil May Cry, which I don't know how much currency that carries with you.
Hmm.
No, it's not. It's not. Come on. Is that it? Yes. No. Yes. No. Where the heck? These perspective puzzles are interesting,
Yeah, that's a good way to
but
put it.
I don't know if I like this loop of puzzle combat firewalk puzzle combat firewalk
I was going to ask about that because when I
mountains.
looked at it here, you were playing a little bit trying to find a couple of symbols,
Yes.
DX and something else, and then it disappeared, and then you went to this, and then you firewalk, and then you came back. So
Yeah, it's the same three things over and over.
really,
So I guess what the magic of this game, I mean, it's pretty. Like, don't get me wrong. We were talking about animations in the chat here, but apparently the draw of this game is the story that I'm not really paying attention to because, I'm streaming it. And wait, no, I saw a snap. No, no. What's it doing? Yeah. So, interesting game so far. Come on. Where is the D? I need to find the D. How's your night going?
okay, we are gonna jump back into Sniper 4 here because it's about the only thing I got worth playing. And,
Really?
Yeah.
Is it? I mean, I know you enjoy. How you know it's found? Well, I can tell it's being found because it's like lining me up. I'm in the area where it's supposed to be. Otherwise, it's off on the side. Where the heck is this thing? But I'm glad you. Like, I've seen those games over the years.
Yeah.
And they seem like really interesting.
It's right up my alley in terms of you can skulk around these bases and make your own determinations on how to go about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so on this playthrough, I'm being a lot more crazy and open, and I'm worried a lot less about, being detected or anything, which makes it kind of fun. It's almost like a little bit of role playing of now I'm the wild and crazy sniper who torments the bad guys and, picks them off, and they're finding bodies and they're mentally nuts.
Does it do any of that, like, they found a body?
It does, and it adjusts your score at the end like it's one of those 4-point axes of, okay, you were this quiet and this violent and this, whatever else, and so it'll say your score is here. But, in theory, you're really good at these things, and you're a ghost sneaking through and nobody knows you're there. But for me, right now, I don't care. I'm like, let's just run and get. I beat it before, and then I played through with a friend, and it's really good in co-op because if it gets crazy, it gets crazy.
Oh.
And you can, in single player, you can save scum as you need or whatever. Because I don't judge. It's like, if you want to save scum, that is your prerogative.
That is definitely the hallmark of an immersive sim.
Yeah.
The pole on the bridge I'm on mixed with the roof.
So this one does come up in a lot of lists. If you search around for games like Deus Ex, this will show up. Now, it's not incredibly like it, but it's not horribly dissimilar. So I get it.
Yeah.
It does, there's vents and there's secret passages, and if you have the C4, you can blow up a thing and get in, and if you have, I guess like a silenced pistol, You could sneak around a bit more. So for me, it's perfect. This is everything I like in a game. It's kind of tricky when you've beaten it before and you know all the stuff, but it's still, I think, worth playing.
Are you fucking serious?
So I'm doing this. One of the kids has a friend over. One of the kids is out. One of the kids is on her way downtown to see a ballet, and her mom's driving her over there. So,
and that's a trip, isn't it?
That's a trek. Yeah, I went the other day. I got voluntold for jury duty, and that took me an hour to get downtown from here.
How so? Were you just pooled?
Nope. I was not called for any of those things, and then then you go in kind of like the standby room.
Yeah.
After a while, they just like,
thank you everyone who contributed, by the way.
Yeah.
I got, so I'd been called to jury duty. The first time I called back when you would call a phone number, and they would be like, if you're between this number and this number, show up. And I was not within that range, so I didn't have to show up. And so I didn't have to go that time, so I walked around Garden of the Gods. And then the next time I had just moved to Arizona, so it's like I literally can't be there. So I had to do an exception thing. And then I want to say I did it one more time, and I had to did an exception on that, or whatever the heck it was. But then this time I'm like, finally, I'm gonna go do it. There's a house with roof support that extends outward further than it should. I will go take a look at that. Oh, that's a save point. And then this time, so I got into the room, and they called, I don't know, I think one, maybe two people in there.
Yeah.
And, or one or two groups, one or two judges.
Yeah, they call them panels over here. I hadn't heard that before, but
I'm sure that's right.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah. And, oh, is this way? No, I think this is how I came in. Or no, I think I came in this way. Yeah, okay. No, I thought this is where I came in. Well, let's see. Yeah, and then after, I don't know, how long was I there? No, that's the way I came in. That's definitely the way I came in. I'm feeling silly. There's a point where they're like, all right, there's no more thing here in a bit. There's no more judges, no more panels that need to be called or anything like that. So, goodbye. It's like, dope. Oh my god, you guys, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that was kind of how this went. It was, and I would have been fine, because I didn't want to, it was the last week of school, so the last thing I wanted was to get stuck having to go back. As I'm trying to kind of clear out, things. In my desk and in my office in general, and, it's more like, I don't need this. But there's one down the way. It's a different courthouse, and I don't know what goes where. So I'm like, that one would have been fine. If they call me to this one, I could be there in about 20 minutes, and because I think I would enjoy to be on a jury and see what the fuss is about.
Yeah. To actually be part of the process.
Right. I did laugh because they had it playing on loop this little video being like, this is your civic duty. Thanks
yes.
for coming out.
Yes.
What? Why? Okay.
Starsfall, why are you mad at me?
Starsfall is crushed.
There's got to be something blatantly missing.
Maybe it's on the bridge you're on. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I found that symbol. But now I've got to find... Oh, shit. It's right there. I remember. I'm a doofus.
Have you played this one before?
No, I have never played this before. Which is why it was interesting to, like, hey, it's on Game Pass. Let's go check it out.
Right.
I downloaded it and said, I'm going to play this finally. And then I never did, and then I had to free up space for another game or two. I think it was maybe like Starfield or something, and I had to get rid of it. Yeah, that's right. Let's go. Oh, come on. I had this. It looks like a bigger fire than I remember. But yeah, then I had to uninstall it, and it's like, eh. So then I could install Train Simulator thing. And that was an interesting game to play live, because that game is so dry. Alright, I've got to be missing some. I've highlighted. I got the thing. I did the thing. I guess I didn't realize how, they were mentioning the sequel and how puzzly there were puzzles in it, and I didn't realize there'd be so many.
You knew it was
puzzles.
puzzly, but not how puzzly.
Yeah, exactly. Like, give me a Picross and I'll be good. But anything else, and I'm in trouble. I need a new Puzz 3D or Picross 3D. I know they did a sequel for the 3DS, I think, but that Picross that they did on the, that's why I came in. Yes. The one that did on the original DS was so fun. Just absolute blast. I need a new one of those. I love gaming. Yeah, I love gaming too. And you
Exactly.
can actually I can reduce the lag on here, but then something else has to suffer along the way.
Is that how it goes?
Yeah, you can do like ultra low latency, but there's something that has to give, and I don't remember what. Like,
I knew that some people had done it, and obviously some of those Twitch guys have a super swank setup, but I never cared enough to try to find out. I just,
you know, I was really happy recently that they bumped up my upload speeds here out in the suburba, and even as I got the higher speeds, the max that they recommend for uploads is still lower than my new upload speed.
Really?
It's like, yeah, really weird. So, it's maxed out at like 20 megabits per second. Where am I going? What am I doing? I'm just wandering around. Like, there's got to be I've just scanned the two things that I think are the most real that I need. So, what's happening? Ugh. Baldy, what are your thoughts on puzzles in games?
you know, it's an interesting concept. Before I answer it directly, I like games that have differentiated difficulty on puzzles versus combat. You know, that seems to be a newer thing that some people are doing, where it's like you'll have difficult puzzles but easy fighting. That's great. Anything that makes a game approachable and differentiated, you know, I'm all over. That's fantastic. For me, I like them, but it has to make sense. And follow me on this, like the Resident Evil ones about, I'm going to put a jewel in this statue, put the statue up on this building, then you're going to shove it over, break the statue, find the jewel, do it. You know, none of that works, right? That's more like a puzzle for the sake of a puzzle, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Like, so, just to impede you a little bit.
Yeah, it's like, obviously, the only possible
5 stars.
real life way I think I could dig that would be if they were saying, we don't want anybody to ever find us, so we're going to come up with this super crazy elaborate system.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I like the Half-Life style things. That was really fun when those came out. You know, it's like, oh, we're going to have to, you know, put some barrels into this thing so it'll be the right size so we can ramp over to the next level.
Or when you're making your teeter-totter with the cinder block, which, you know, one of the greatest moments in gaming ever.
That kind of stuff is fun. Plugging, unplugging wires is fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I get that not everybody digs it, but I always liked anything that lets you physically unplug a thing. Lot picking is cool, but that's not necessarily a puzzle. What's your
Yeah.
take on it?
I think it's interesting if it's integrated right and it doesn't hold up progress like it's clearly doing here.
Yeah.
System Shock Remake. So the original game had some really obtuse puzzles, and those were not the best. I think I had to like pull up. It came with the guide from 1994. I had to use that to like help.
Yeah.
But when they redid them for the remake, those were pretty good. I think and even if you were tired of them or didn't want to mess with them anymore, you could skip them. You could get a little tool that would let you skip it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And do that, and it's like, oh, that's okay. That's interesting.
That would be fine.
Yeah.
Anything that lets you, like, hey, we see you're struggling here. We don't want you to rage quit our game. Would you like to do this?
Exactly.
Did you play a lot of? Because I know I've asked you over and over on like the old original Nintendo style games or things like that. Did you play a lot of those kind of puzzle games like Maniac Mansion or something where you have to figure out codes and find pieces and all that kind of stuff?
So, I played The Dig and Full Throttle. We had those at least. But those were definitely games that I needed help with. The Dig in particular, those puzzles were so abstract that I definitely needed a strategy guide. I went out and bought the strategy. And that was from an era of strategy guides where I feel so stupid. What is going on? An era of strategy guides where they would embellish and build on what was going on in the game.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, TIE Fighter, you could, it, like, gave the entire backstory of the pilot. This kind of quasi-anonymous Imperial pilot that you play.
Yeah.
It was like Merrick, I think is his name. And, what am I doing? This is seriously, like, one of the most frustrating things is, like, what am I supposed to do? What did I miss? Where am I going? But Full Throttle was a little bit more natural about its puzzles. Like, there was more of a logic to them. It wasn't just weird, like, gems and different colors and stuff, puzzles and whatever. Because a lot of the Dig was you had to get those rods, and they each had combinations, and you had to tie them into different things and do whatever, and it didn't make much sense. It took a while to get used to what those were.
Yeah.
And so those kinds of weird ass, like Myst, never ever. And I know, do I just press A? Is that what I gotta do? Yeah, that's all I had to do. I'm an idiot. But like, yeah, Myst and that. H-Bomber guy had a big story about that. Or he did a long video over, like, this is respectful of respecting the design of the game.
Okay.
And what those puzzles tried to do. So here we're back at the loop again. Yeah, here we go. Yay. Doing the trauma walk. Again, going up to the hole, going past these guys. Let's avoid the fire. You can't really rush to these. They want you to slow down.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other ones that they would really want you to, like, that would be good puzzle games. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think, like, what else would be, like, in a, man, like, the old Tomb Raider, that had some pretty good puzzles. And the original couple of them had really great pacing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could really get through those, and it was like, puzzle, fight, explore. You know, it wasn't just so much constant of one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of the other good ones that I would have really enjoyed.
Yeah. I'm trying to. What's a game with some good puzzles that isn't Picross 3D, and I'm struggling. That's tough. But as they try to integrate it more into action games and platformer stuff like that, I think that's where stuff gets weird.
Yeah.
And I never got into the Resident Evil style. What? I'm not on fire. I wasn't even on fire. Why would it do that?
Yeah, I feel like Deus Ex has a few that could be really good, but sometimes they're just too obvious. And you know, hey, like I told you before, don't write your password down on a post-it, and then you look and it's password down on a post-it. You know, those kind of things.
Yeah, I've got to get through this door, but how do I find the key? Oh, let me go the next office over, and it's right in the computer. Like,
Yeah.
oh, Sally, I lost the password to my thing again. I went to talk to Roger in IT, and he set me up though. So, like, the new password is 0451. Hobbs. So, alright, can I look through here? Done. I could do it. I'm not. What? I don't understand. And then watching, H Bomber Guy's Human Revolution review, where he's just going from duct to duct to duct. You know, there's event to event to event
Yeah.
to event to event. And he spotted that a lot quicker than or a lot better than I would, because I was a little bit more open. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't just doing vent watch, even though I was definitely absorbing how many vents was going on.
Yeah.
And we're gonna try this one more time, and then we're gonna restart the game and see if that, because there's gotta be some like errors that are going on that are preventing me from getting through here through my invisible dying. Something. And it looks like I made it.
I don't like any game that requires you to die and then progress a little further. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Every now and then you can make an argument for it in the story, but most of the time it's like, no.
The false starts and weird stuff, yeah. When you're forced into a confrontation that you can't possibly win.
Right.
Like, what the heck?
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
This darkness.
I've started and stopped a couple other games here and there, but
Yeah, what
No,
else
I
you playing?
chasing
Or
the
what else have you not
dragon.
playing?
One of them is called Desolate,
Okay.
and it's, I think I got it for like $4 or $5. It's kind of yet another, not a survival crafting thing, but you're like the only person that can do the thing in the world, and there's these weird monsters and kind of like stalker-esque areas where time doesn't seem to obey rules, or it does different things, and depending upon what you do, you could jump in and like warp to a different area,
Mm-hmm.
like anomalies. And some of that's okay, and it's not bad. It's like, I like in general anything that I can explore and loot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love going through places. I really enjoy looking through old buildings that used to be where people like like an abandoned city or something. Like that's always good.
So like Fallout.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And there's another one called I forget something Freedom where you fight these giant robot machines. They're sometimes vaguely animal-like, and it kind of has that Eurojank feel.
Like that Generation Zero, or whatever that was.
Yes, that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
It's a lot like that, and one of the ways that I describe some of the jank on these is if you walk up and swing your melee weapon, your piece of rebar, your 2x4, you swing it at a thing, and it just goes. It doesn't even thump or, make a hey, you can't break that sound. It just swings as if it's nothing there.
You can just keep thwacking on it.
Yeah, and nothing happens. And then sometimes even on the enemies, it's the same. And it's not meaty, it's not weighty, it doesn't feel like you're doing anything worthwhile. So I'm liking the exploration, and every now and then there's blatant jump scares. The obligatory little girl that pops up and goes, Jing! And then like a little
weird. That doesn't seem like the game that does that.
I know, it's very odd. So the first time it was like, whoa. Second time it's like, hey, that's something. After a while it's like, oh, yeah, that again. So then you kind of get to where you're almost expecting, going, oh, there should be a baby around here.
Yeah. That's because I always got kind of the vibe that it was kind of a players PUBG.
Yeah.
And but not like horror.
Yeah. It's it's neat. Like you can grab stuff. Like you'll get a quest to go fix. Go fix this thing over here, this teleporter or this fabricator, this machine that makes a thing. And you'll need to find items from the world, and one of them was like an iron, as in to iron your clothes.
Uh-huh.
So I'm gonna fix this fast travel thing with an iron. Okay. All right. Well, sure. There's a reason. I don't know it. It's just a few of those things are kind of odd.
That's an interesting. Like I was watching that Donkey video about Undawn, and they're like you're having to wash your clothes. That's like a mechanic in it.
Really?
Yeah, or something like that. And it's like, are you freaking serious?
That's bizarre.
Yeah. And it's got Will Smith in it, though.
Oh, that one. Yes.
And it's like, are you serious? And then a character starts singing.
Yep.
And it's like, what in the actual hell is going on?
That review by Donkey was hysterical.
That was, and
hey, look, it's Will Smith.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, Men in Black. Throwing all these references.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with some of these games lately, but it's very much like that with some of them. It's very clear. These guys are using, some of them, not all, of course. Some of them are using early access as an excuse to just release whatever they got.
Yeah, and then they're also like importing these free-to-play games from China and then just kind of like lightly reskinning them, something like that. Yeah.
Maybe, you know what, now that you point that out, I bet that's a lot more than I'm recognizing on some of these.
Well, I was getting all those Facebook ads for, that you're wandering down the road and you've got to take out all the enemies and go hop through the gates and stuff like that.
Okay.
And apparently those were all just trashy ads for a game effects that were not, you know, like those, you can see those ads where you have to pull the thing out and the fluid starts spilling over, and it's like killing your dude. Oh, that's insane. Come on, get up, get up. It's like you pull a lever and then lava starts falling, and it's one of those. God, what is this game? And apparently those games are not like that at all.
I have heard of that there's a lot of games that are not anything like the way they present.
Yeah, and it's like, what the heck? That's not what I signed up for. But I played the one where you're going around and it's like zombies and stuff like that, and you've got to get your number higher than everyone else. And it's such a cheap game with like what seems like stock assets. And it's they're just trying to swindle you out of your money. It's not a game for the sake of a game. It's a game for the sake of, we need a way to just take people's cash from their wallet. Like Supercell games are like that, and those guys make $1 trillion a year or whatever the heck they do.
Yeah.
But also I haven't heard of a Supercell game in a while too, so, you know, maybe I'm not, the top.
Yeah, it feels, some of them just feel super cash grabby. And I know that that's always been a thing. Like, shovelware has been around since the dawn of, games. But some of these, I feel like that was the trade-off for early access. Was it people said they would do that? Oh, give me half a second, can I answer your phone?
Yep. Come on, let's go. We can do it. Be strong. Come on, don't. Are you? I get to that last bit. The last bit. I'm almost there. I know mechanically what's going on. I gotta fill up the thing that on my, so that I can perform the mega move. Alright, come on.
Alright.
Welcome, welcome.
Trying to coordinate picking up kids and who's going where and all that lovely stuff.
Oh.
Always, dropping off.
The struggle, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, get. I'm trying to kill a god here.
The least he could do is cooperate. I mean, it's really
I know! This is, it's like God of War, but not quite. Alright, I can, yeah, yep.
As we've documented a few times, I'm not a fan of bullet spongy enemies, or in this case sword spongy, I guess, I don't know.
Well, and it's weird because we were talking earlier in the chat about just the combat in here isn't great, and it's like really unfortunate. And people really wanted the sequel to improve on it, and it didn't, despite, you know, it being 7 years since that game came out.
Yeah.
And which, I mean, mind blown. I remember when they teased that thing was at VGA's a million years ago.
Yeah.
And it's just, and it seems like they had, oh, I got him. Oh, thank God. It seems like they had a lot of game back then, but not so much. And so they've got a sequel that apparently is really amazing, but you know, is not living up to expectations. And I didn't realize that this game was going to be so empty.
That's been a bigger thing for me on some of these. Is I feel like you spend so much time literally running around a map, and people are out there saying, "No, don't fast travel. You're ruining it." And I get that there's probably a time and a place for that.
Mm-hmm.
But so many times for me, I feel like if I don't fast travel, I'll be here all night.
We all fall.
Yeah, I mean, going through all my cyberpunk footage that I'm going through right now, I drove a lot. I think I used fast travel once or twice. But that's also because you had to go to an actual place,
Yeah.
to do it Silt Strider style. And then you could hop out. But no, I drove everywhere in that game.
I have fulfilled my quest.
Yes, you have.
Darkness comes.
Really dramatic right now.
I vow to guide you in this life and the next.
Yeah, the stream population really fell off when I was got stuck wandering around. Lost.
Hard work.
Cool.
As I have. To find your answers.
Got him.
Request.
I defeated Sir. Hey, here's a cat. What's going on?
Well, it's kind of like, you know, earlier we were talking a while back. Well, actually, it was in your the official Nith Discord.
Yeah, of course,
were,
that everyone should go and check out.
Well, you know, it's just a wealth of knowledge. And
Of course.
we were comparing. I believe you mentioned him earlier. Young up and comer on everybody's top 10 high functioning medium.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was there. And he was struggling with what he wanted to have, like what content he wanted to be making or, you know, filming. And he was decided that he wanted to do a different style, but he had like an option of how many of these he thought he could realistically handle. And then it became, well, are you doing it for yourself, or are you trying to do something that you think the fans are going to want to tune in for?
Right.
What would the difference be? And I think that's kind of where you are on here, is you're playing this for yourself. And yeah, it would be great if
the crowds were still in, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you're right. And I funny you mentioned that too, because I was just listening to the new episode of WTF podcast with Tony Goldwyn.
Okay.
You know, the grandson of Samuel Goodwin, you know, creator of MGM 100 years ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and he's, you know, he's an actor, director. He's been in stuff. But he talked about his, like, one of his regrets is doing a project for strategic value and not out of passion.
Strategic as in to make money out of, to look good for a studio?
Yes, basically any of those, because he did a strategic project for a studio, after he did his first film, and it didn't, like, he didn't get to grow as a result. You know, it wasn't that kind of project. So he made money, you know, the studio made money. It was one of those like rom-com things.
Yeah.
I have no idea where I'm supposed to be going at this point. But he's like, just do the projects that you want to do.
Yeah.
And go from there.
Sure.
Rather than like, I'm doing this as a means to an end.
Which is easy for, like, in your chat again, right? Easy for you and me to say. We're not the guys, you know, on that particular struggle.
Right.
But, you know, that's, you know, mediums out there going, man, what do I do here?
Well, I mean, but it is, in a way, it's like when I pick a game, I have to go, oh, is this a game that anyone's gonna understand or resonate with? Like, all these, like 2 years? It's been a year, a little over a year, since Heartspace came out, and I knew it wouldn't do, like, big numbers, just based on how niche and unpopular the game is, but, like, to still not have an audience all this time later, it's like, oh, that's a bummer. Like, I really love that video. That's one of my favorites. And one of my favorite reviews. So the fact that it hasn't really caught on with and it's got universal appeal.
That is tricky. And like I've, you know, probably more, you know, probably better than a lot of people. I've tried any number of little weird projects. I feel all of mine are really niche and inside, and I like them. And I know there's people are watching them. You know, it's getting a view here and there. But I also know it's never going to be something that sets the world on fire, and they're not going to be like lining up for it. But I did have a lot of fun, and I'm thrilled that I did it, and I would, you know, recommend that for anybody else. But I do understand it's not the easiest when it's you trying to do the thing, especially in the case of you and Medium and Schlotsky and Summer Mark and all these other incredibly talented guys putting your heart and soul into a thing, hoping not, and I'm going to speak for you on this, you're not hoping to get rich and famous, you're just hoping that this would let you pay the bills.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And then you've got to say,
there has to be at that point a little bit of, well, will anybody watch this? Because I can't spend 2 weeks video recording, editing, scripting, and all of this if it's not, you know, going to help.
Right. If it's not going to, am I investing my time wisely? Because I only have so many of these things that I can do. You know, when these take 3, 4, 5 months to put together, you know, my life is only so long. And am I choosing the right projects that are going to allow me to go in the direction that I want them to?
Yeah.
You know, is this going to allow me to do that? And yeah, it's like, sure, fame and fortune would be nice, but that's not, as you say, it's not the goal. The goal is this going to justify the next one? Is this going to allow me to put more resources into the next one, or whatever the case may be? Or it just even validate it, like, artistically. Like, this is the thing. This is the thing I should be doing with my time and energy. And, you know, there's always that, like, knowing where to quit or knowing when to quit aspect of it, too. But then, you know, hey, you could be right on the precipice of this stuff and not know it, but you don't know it until you put in the effort to try and see.
Right.
And it's like, oh my God, are you really serious?
Yeah, and there's plenty that you just, you know, trial and error through, but I guess if there was a point to this, it would be everybody who's in the Nth Review Discord is going to be a little bit better off than the average person. It's my understanding.
As far as, like, content creation, I'd agree. And we've got a fun, great little community that allows people to help critique, help understand, scope stuff out.
Thing I've been enjoying lately is a couple of y'all putting up thumbnails and saying, "What do you think?" And you can, we can weigh in, give you like, "Oh, you know what? I kind of like this one better than that one," or "This one is busy, but maybe this one would work." Little just whatever.
Yeah, and
And
I
it
wonder.
also has been given a lot of insight to how it goes. So when I do make a thing, I kind of have a little bit of an idea before I get too far into it what I might want to consider.
Right, and because YouTube will eventually, it's supposed to be like this year, finally unroll its test and compare thing.
Oh,
Finally, that's supposed to be this year. The big guys already have it, of course, but
is that the thing that gives you multiple thumbnails?
yeah, you can pick up to 3.
I don't know how long that's been out, okay? But I've noticed lately, I'll see a video and then I'll come back and it'll have something else. I was like, I know that's not the same thumbnail I saw earlier on this guy's channel.
Right.
Is it that?
Yeah, and well, I mean, they're some creators are changing stuff all the time.
Yeah.
But one way you can see is there's a site called View Stats, and it's basically competition for Social Blade.
Okay.
And I think this is exactly the way yeah, that's exactly the way I can. And you can get a plugin that allows you, when you load up a video, it allows you to see when they changed the thumbnail, and if they did multiple ones, what they were.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you can see,
cool.
because only the biggest people have it. So it's like, I see. But to see that unrolled, so it would be cool to be able to.
That would be very
that.
cool.
I don't know where I'm going or what I am doing. I think I gotta go back under that log. I think that's what I gotta do. I think that's what I'm doing. Having to backtrack in this game it's got that old school, like, tough it out on your own, because this is the game. You paid $40 for this at Best Buy or CompUSA, and you're getting your hours worth figuring it out on your own. So better pull out a Sketchpad.
If you get lost, that was the design.
Exactly. Yeah, it's ambiguous for a reason. Figure it out. Put it together.
That was always a neat thing on some of those, was the different things that you'd have to figure out. And sometimes you did need that strategy guide to tell you, you can carry 2 types of this weapon, but not 2 types of this weapon. It's like, that's why it wouldn't let you equip it. Because for a while, it was almost the Wild West of controller schemes and weapon types. Like, when Halo came along and kind of prioritized that you can carry 2 weapons, that was kind of like an industry standard for a bit. But sometimes you didn't know what it would or wouldn't let you do. And so those strategy guides, Prima and whatnot, were just almost worth their weight in gold.
Yeah, absolutely. And there would be times where the game is actually just trash, and you don't know if you're doing something wrong or the game is just trash.
Yeah.
And I remember with the Game Boy, because my parents had a pair of Game Boys, there were games that were... My parents put a lot of faith into games that were licensed, but that was not an automatic quality of approval or quality seal.
Yeah.
And so there were definitely games that were really bad, but they thought they were good because for us, or just to own, because they were based on existing properties. They weren't some random trash or whatever.
But that's a neat sign in general that they were that attuned to it. Mine were rarely, if ever, aware of anything. I don't think my parents could have told you anything about a game. I know my dad couldn't have. My mom grabbed a thing or two here and there for us.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, it was kind of like shot in the dark, or she may not have always understood it, or got why I was so enamored with the thing.
Uh-huh. Right. It's like I don't get it. Whatever, you kids. I mean,
Yeah.
I and I feel of the age now to get that way about TikTok
Yeah.
and the reels and that, even though my girlfriend sends me them all the time, and then I'll get stuck like, all right, I guess I'll watch these, a couple of these, and just like time just evaporates.
Mm-hmm.
You just, oh, I'm watching this guy machine a sword or something, or make a lathe or whatever the hell he's doing.
Yeah.
And then now I'm looking at this, and now I'm watching this. I know I'm just going back up the way I came. Where? I'm just in this chamber. What is going on? Navigating this game, I swear. But yeah, for the most part, I don't get the TikTok meta culture or anything like that. That is not me at all. That's the save point. I have not been here before, I don't think. I should have been here.
Right.
Oh, that's dark and spooky.
Baby, I don't have a ton left, so. No, of food.
Wait, yes. I gotta go. Do I gotta go this way?
The North tell this story. Before the Earth was created, there was a world called Muspel. Because it was in the sun, it was
The Northmen tell this story. Before the Earth was created, there was a world called Muspel. Because it was in the south, it was bright, hot, flaming, burning. Sparks that flew out from Muspel became the stars. Other sparks melted ice in the frozen world of Niflheim, creating the body of
Okay,
a giant.
I can't tell. Hopefully that all wasn't coming through, but I know some of it was. My mute works sporadically at best.
Oh, weird.
Like, I'll hit the physical button on the mic, and sometimes it'll activate and sometimes it won't.
Oh.
So it's entirely possible viewers got to hear a lot more than planned about sandwiches and the variety of snacks available in the Baldy household.
Well, sometimes you just people gotta know.
I mean,
they gotta know
later. Okay, so it's 8:10, 8:11. Come back and we'll check the timestamp, and if viewership increase, we know we're onto something.
I'm looking at the graph, and it's been steady. So good job.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah. It's either that or we're gonna lose more. Maybe this pulls back to people who say, well, he lost me wandering around the map, but that weird random conversation about snacks was worth it.
Man, I love snacks. And I'm hungry, so, like, double time, I gotta figure this thing out.
You and I have covered snacks a couple of times on your channel.
I know we have. I mean, it's a
always
good topic.
I got a little, since you mentioned you're hungry, got a little milkshake action going on the side here.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, it's been kind of nice. Nothing crazy, just try to whip up something on my own. It's never as good as like a store-bought thing, but man.
Oh, sure.
Still fun to kind of have that little bit of, oh yeah, I did this.
It's been a long time since I've made, like, homemade ice cream. Well, I guess anything. What was the last ice cream I bought? I'm trying to think. I got some cookies and cream. I think I got a Ben and Jerry's. That's what I did. I got something with like crumbly bits in it, or kind of graham crackers.
Right there, look by the yeah.
Now we're back to snack in Baldy house.
Mm-hmm. This is mostly HEB brand vanilla with an HEB flavor called, I think, Starry Night, and it's chocolate ice cream with cookies and cream. And that's kind of a really nice.
But we've talked about chocolate ice cream in that too, because I bought a chocolate, like a chocolate cookies and cream something.
Yeah.
And but the base was chocolate ice cream, and that was too much for me. I was like,
Really?
it's a little, nah.
That's what this is, and the base, so to speak, is chocolate ice cream. But it
I
works
like
real
a
well for me.
good strong vanilla base with my ice cream, and then do whatever you want kind of on top of that.
I needed this little separation because sometimes it's just all about the same. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And vanilla is the best for adding and mixing stuff. I did get myself a little thing of hot fudge for later in the week.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be nice around Wednesday or so, especially during work hours. You're always like, man, it's only halfway through the week. Hot fudge is your buddy. It's got your back. You're gonna be okay.
The Northmen say that the defender of Muspel is called Cert, the foremost of the
Yeah, I can't
his name
think that far ahead as far as ice cream.
Defender of Muspel is called Cert.
Oh, dude, it's like a sixth
Foremost
sense
of
for
the
me.
fire giants.
I gotta
His name
like,
means the black one.
I gotta eat
'cause
whatever.
he's like something burnt.
I'll tell you another secret though:
Order of Muspel.
to buy pints instead of half gallons or big things.
Yes,
And
that
then
is
you can
certainly.
mix. Did we mention that too? Right, like my favorite part is to mix flavors together. And
Oh no, that's that. No, I have
Really?
not.
so I got going with Lyric. Are you breaking it?
As long as no one
Um,
dies, I think we'll be good.
Yep. I got into this from my mom, who would buy pints of Ben and Jerry's, and so that you could do like a scoop of Cherry Garcia and then a scoop of brownie batter or whatever it is, and it makes it really nice because now you're getting a whole lot of flavors, and it's kind of like if you went to Baskin Robbins. Well, how about that, right? Like if you went to the quote unquote ice cream parlor at Baskin Robbins Marble Slab or something, did you get and let's say you were getting more than one scoop, did you get the same or did you mix them up?
No, I would get like we would do banana splits. Like that was the thing. Grandpa, every time Grandpa came to town, he would buy us banana splits.
Really?
Yeah, that was the tradition. That was supposed to be the tradition.
Nice.
And so yeah, 3 scoops, and they were different. They were different ice creams.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you weren't like vanilla or cookies and
Right.
cream times 3. Like, no, that's silly. You're blowing your opportunity here.
That's right.
Yeah, that's not how that works. So yeah, in that case, but with with the more boutique ice creams, the Ben and Jerry's and stuff like that, they usually formulate them in a way that it's like it's hard for me to wrap my head around combining them because they're already so good.
Yeah,
like they're
that's
already
true.
ready already. So
Oh,
to
yeah.
add more is to be like not maybe excessive, but definitely like I don't know. I mean, I guess it's the same way with mods and games, right? You have this game that's this crew spent years probably putting together and filing down, and even if it's not perfect, it is what they wanted.
Yeah.
And so
When
when
somebody comes along behind him and goes, "Yeah, I like what you did, but it'd be better."
it'd be better, let's take this Minecraft game and,
Right.
mine's cool, but what if it was Grand Theft Auto? And I just got 20,000 mods that allow me to do that. I feel like I'm going in the right direction, finally.
Right, I know I can. Careful. What else are you doing? Okay. It's like I know that the weight, this in file, you can only carry this stuff. But what if I could carry all of it
Yes.
and still fast travel? Because that's what I want to do.
And I don't want to gatekeep, like, the people who mod out encumbrance,
Yeah.
in RPGs and stuff like that. Like, nah, that's great. But when you're just... I've mentioned it before, but I knew kids that as soon as they opened a game, the first thing they would do is just start putting on cheat codes, and it's like, bruh, like experience the game as it's supposed, like get a feel for it before you start doing unlimited this and invincible that and rolling a tank through here. Like, come on. Like, give it some space to experience the design.
Yeah.
I really did not expect this game to be so lonely.
So boring?
So lonely. Like, I thought you would occasionally run into people that weren't enemies, but no, it's just...
That's another thing, too. The more I get on those is the more I want games that are not just everything's out to kill you. And in both, what was it? What was the game I was just trying to say? And you called it by the right name, Project Freedom. What was I trying to say?
Generation...
Yeah, Generation Zero.
Yeah.
Nothing about that is Project Freedom. I don't know why I keep coming back to those kind of names. It's not even close. But, yeah, it's one of those for me where every single thing in that game is aggressive. And it's always aggressive. So, like, you know, if there's anything out there, it's going to attack you. You're going to have to fight it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like that in these games.
So, it's purely hostile environment.
Yeah. Yeah. Every time. All the time.
Alright, this is definitely where I should be using my focus mode. That's why so now they're stacking on all these enemies. Yeah, it looked like in the sequel there were definitely moments where you're like, come on, where you had like other people that you were interacting with or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, oh, yeah. So this really is evocative of that. I don't know if it's PS1 or PS2, but like the era of wandering through really lonely environments and stuff.
Yeah, those empty dungeons.
Yeah.
They're always magically well lit.
Yeah. And... Come on. Oh. Alright, come on, dude. Alright, I'm getting there. Almost. I feel like. And timing the parry is something else too.
Yeah. That seems to be a new thing too. Like, all the games want you to do that. And I read a neat review, recap, whatever you want to call it. Somebody was talking about a game, and he said he felt less like, I don't think he was playing Batman, but it was one of those, and he said he felt, oh, maybe it wasn't Medium in Mad Max, but it was somebody talking about a game like that, and he said, you know, he got the idea of what they were going for, but he felt more like a rhythm game, because rather than say, I will use an uppercut or a jump kick, it was just X, 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 Y, you know what I mean? You're just like, and then the character does a move for you.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's kind of like, all right, that can happen and have its place, but it sure would be nice if you could pick the moves.
Yeah, and as someone who spent most of his childhood playing games that were either platformers straight up or strategy games or using the mouse, I never got into that kind of gameplay.
Yeah.
It never really.
Did you play the Batman Arkham series?
No. I just kind of skirted. I don't know why. It just never happened. And I wasn't that. Same with Mass Effect. It just never happened.
So if we got people in the chat asking for it, you would have to do it, right?
The Mass Effect trilogy has been on my list for a while, and I remember I played the first Mass Effect for I don't know, like,
I'm thinking even the Batman games. I'd like to see what you would think about it.
Yeah, I think that'd be.
I mean, it was great for what it was, but there were several times when I was playing it, and I was like, man, this is just so samey, or so much dodge, block, punch, dodge, and there was times when I wanted it to be more. I wanted to be able to, use one specific move, one kick or punch, or throw them off the edge of a building. Like, that's my all-time favorite move in any game ever. So let me throw people off of a building.
That what's interesting is the only Assassin's Creed game that I've played beginning to end was the original, and that is a game that is so, the mechanics are so simple, everything's like so simple that like, people complained about how repetitive it is, and I was like, nah, this is alright. And then you get into that combat that is simple, like, you are just kind of kicking and punching and then doing a finisher. And I thought that was okay, because then you're like balancing, you're just 3-point turning with these enemies as they hop into the fray. And I really enjoyed that. But then as they started adding mechanics and doing stuff like that, I started to kind of gradually tune out. And I don't know, like, I played a lot of 2. Like, I bought it the first day it was out, and then got like a dozen hours or so in, and then just dropped it cold. Never picked it up again. I even tried out 4, the one that everyone loves, the one that everyone loves, and couldn't get into it. And I think that we were talking about in the Discord, the Nth Review Discord, about how Ubisoft kind of came upon an open world formula, and that was it. They kind of, all their games became the same.
Yeah, for better or for worse, they do one thing, and initially I was just thrilled to go over here, climb the tower, survey the land, see what's out there, do this thing, do that thing.
Right.
And it was like, cool. But then after a while, I was like, again? And the worst was that it didn't feel like too much really happened or changed when you did all those things.
Nothing you couldn't do on foot. See, I wouldn't tire of that when I would be in the game. What I would tire of is, I'm playing a sequel, and I'm doing the same thing that I did in this other game 3 years ago.
Yeah, that for sure.
And it's like, I swear you guys are, like, I realize you found a formula that works, that really resonates with people, but, like, really? Is this all you're gonna bring, to the table here? Is... I mean, I realize people want their comfort, they want their predictability, but I don't want to do that again so much. And it may be fine at first, but then, in good time, it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
I don't really want to go through a billion more hours of this, and then I die. I just give up. I'm done. Are we hopping down? Is that what we're doing? I just walked up here, so that doesn't seem I'm gonna call it here. This has
I gotta
been
have to
an
run in a
interesting.
minute anyway, so good timing.
Yeah, let me bring it back to the whatever thing's going. I am surprised that the subtitles didn't work, because I was kind of expecting those to work so I could read what was going on, and they didn't. Never did. So, well, I appreciate everyone dropping in and saying hi and doing things like that. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Hit it. Smash it. All that stuff. If you're not subscribed for whatever reason, like, come on. Come on. Come on. Come, all the cool kids are doing it. And we're the cool kids. You know, so hop in. So, anyway, alright, let's get out of here. Bye-bye. Whee!